In this first video, I'm going to cover Chapter 3's book code on specificity and the cascade. So I'll be attaching this block of code for you. It comes straight from the GitHub account of our textbook's author, and I think it's a nice way to start just to make sure that we master each and every line of code inside this well-reviewed text. So anyway, what we have here is the first script, and I'm going to go ahead and close the rest of my Sublime text documents here. And here we have greetings with several different design attributes. So when we go to our code itself, you will see h1 plus p. And that means that every p tag that is next to the h1 tag, let's give it a color of black and a font style of italic. Well, if we wanted to play here and change this to red, we could see which ones are affected. And this is the only one. So why is that? Well, let's go ahead and inspect it. And here you see a P next to an H1 tag. Well, that's fine and dandy, but why on earth isn't the class aside, wouldn't that have the red text? Well, no, because it has an individual class that's applied to it. And that's the lesson here. The class aside will overwrite this element. So take a look at what we have. For every paragraph tag, we have the color gray, background white, and font style normal. Okay, so where do we see that? We see the color gray, background white, font style normal here specifically. All right, so there's P, and we can see which element is affecting our line of text. So you see the color itself is gray, that's right here, and I can open up this and see how there are many ways to greet a person here. And you can see that that paragraph tag itself has a font style of normal. Okay, well, what about this selector makes it red again? If I inspect this, we see the H1 and the P. And if I go to It's a Fine Way to Start the Day, we see that the class aside we'll modify this into black with a background color of silver. Okay, well, what is this star? This means all elements with the class aside. So the hierarchy of rules based on this first script is class first, then sibling, and then non-applicable paragraph tags that hit the base level ones. So this overrode this, and this overrode all three. And that's the first script of our book code. So it tells you a little bit about the hierarchy of rules and the what overrides what when it comes to CSS.